The nice thing about Lent is that it gives us an excuse to look at things differently. The rest of the year, someone might worry that you are in a life crisis when you examine yourself and make changes. But during this time of year, you're more free to make those changes. And if someone asks you, why did you do that? Why are you doing that differently? And you can blame it on the inspiration of the Lenten season. From the 7th chapter of Matthew, stop judging, that you may not be judged. For as you judge, so will you be judged, and the measure with which you measure will be measured out to you. In our Lenten journey toward holiness, I would suggest that being judgmental is an important area of spiritual growth. Refraining from judgment doesn't really mean that anything goes. There's always a place for standing up against injustice. But most of the time when we're judging one another, there actually isn't much at stake. It's very easy to get into a pattern of constantly judging other people. There are two noteworthy things about pronouncing judgments against other people. First, it doesn't really change anything because most people don't really care that much what you think. Second, and more importantly, judging does spiritual damage to the person who judges. Judging tends to lead to more judging, and the downward spiral unfortunately becomes very comfortable. It's easy living when everyone else is wrong, and we never have to change anything in our own worldview or in our own life. People who have studied political campaigns in the United States know that one of the most effective tools against an opponent is to harshly criticize that opponent. Why is that so effective? Why does that work so well? My suggestion is that it works because there are more voters doing poorly with this spiritual issue in their lives than there are voters doing well with it. If you are in a good spiritual place yourself and you hear someone saying very negative things about someone else, the reaction is to go slowly. You say to yourself, well, now let's look at both sides. Maybe the speaker is guilty of this criticism himself. Maybe this is just psychological projection. Or maybe the speaker doesn't feel good about himself and needs to bring other people down. In short, when you're in a good place in your own spirituality, then you don't take everything at face value. You aren't looking to get to that fortified place where you yourself never have to change and adjust. May you have a blessed and holy Lent.